To win the chase, being perfect isn't good enough. This isn't a contest of one against one. It's heartbreak and madness times 1,000. To win here, you need luck and chaos on your side. Because being perfect only gives you a chance.
Welcome everybody back to the Juicebox Racing League Season 2 race number 11 here tonight here at Kansas Motor Speedway. A very exciting third race in the chase here tonight as all those top 8 drivers get closer and closer to the end of this great season that we've had so far. They bring the Cup cars here to Kansas, as I said, in the second to last race of the season here tonight. It should be an extremely interesting race for sure. Obviously, it'll be top line dominant for most of the race here tonight. We'll see sometimes guys trying that bottom line, see if they can get that to work. But most of the time, guys will be running that top side, especially through the middle and the end of the run. So we'll take a look here at the point standings heading into tonight's race, coming off of last week's race at Indianapolis. Obviously, a bunch of very interesting races that we've had. So far, the 2 races that we've had in the chase, we've not had a single chase driver actually go to victory lane. Tyler Barnett at Richmond 2 races ago is not a part of the chase, and also Dave Carpenter last week at Indianapolis won, and he is not a part of the chase as well. So it'll be very interesting to see if a chase driver goes to victory lane here tonight. Obviously, guys who are farther back in the points compared to Logan, who is still top in points at the moment. Obviously, those guys are going to be looking to go to victory lane here tonight to try and close that gap if they can. So as the drivers continue to warm up here, getting themselves ready for qualifying and inevitably the race, let's go ahead and allow them to finish up their practice laps and take a look at the results of the qualifying here in just a moment. Well, as qualifying is finished up here, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here for tonight's Wheat State 115 here at Kansas. Logan Monteith, the top points goer right now, is currently on the pole here tonight to start off the race. Jake Hounshell with a nice qualifying effort. He is P2 off the board. Third on back, we have Seth Harrelson in the 07 car starting third. John Whitendorf back again this week. He is in P4. Cooper Johnson, P5, alongside Hank Steinmiller in P6. Dave Carpenter in P7 alongside Jason Hounshell in P8. James Goshen in P9 alongside James Roth in P10. Bo Caro and Josh Silver go 11th and 12th. Rest of the field on down, we have Jose Medina in P13 alongside Eric Gore. I believe he's making his debut here tonight. He starts P14. Anthony Guarneri starts P15 alongside Tyler Barnett in P16. And Cody Harrington starting P17. I believe this is his first start of the season as well. 15th, 16th, and 17th there, you see, did not take a time. So it'll be interesting to see if those guys can make their way through the field. So, very interesting set of circumstances here tonight. Obviously, that 99 car is going to be the guy to beat. It seems like he's getting better and better every single week that we go to these tracks. It would be definitely very interesting to see how this race plays out. Obviously, you see at the bottom of your screen there, current point standings right now in the bottom left, and a little bit of track facts there in the bottom right, as the lights are out in the pace car to get this race underway here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Logan Monteith has the field in his hands. Race number 3 in the chase is officially underway. Big slide there and a lot of carnage. Oh my lord. 4 cars involved. We saw Hank Steinmiller's involved. That's Jason Hounshell involved as well. No caution though. Everyone kept it straight. I believe that's Josh Silva, and the 3 is involved as well. And there's Eric Gore in the 121. Terrible start for all those guys, but most importantly, the 2 chase drivers of Jason Hounshell and Hank Steinmiller, they're going to really be hurt now for the rest of this race. And that's only 1 lap into this thing. That they're already lost so much time, so many positions, and very disappointed for them. So now as everyone gets single file here, Logan Monteith still has the lead, now over John Weitendorf in P2. Cooper Johnson there in P3, right ahead of Dave Carpenter, last week's winner in the 71. And then Jake actually fell back to P5 off the start. And interestingly enough, you're already starting to see, I mentioned earlier on, guys going to be really running that top side for most of the race, but guys kind of using, as you can see there, Logan kind of runs that middle line. There's John. He kind of ran a little bit lower line there, but not all the way down to the white line. But it'll be definitely interesting to see what kind of strategy we see, because the main thing is that you see John on the top side this time, but all these guys are going to have to try and find a way of saving tires while also basically staying in the gas for most of the entire run. As you see, Jake goes to the outside of Cooper Johnson. He should have the run off the corner here. And he will clear the 14, so he will get back up into P3 for now. And he'll actually take Tyler Burnett in the 26 with him. And now, how fast did Tyler Burnett make up all those spots? He started way in the back, didn't even make a qualifying time. He's already up to P4, and we're only 5 laps complete on lap 6 at the moment. Tyler is on a move right now to the inside of Jake. Bo Caro now also gets past the 14. As Jake and Tyler are closing in on John Weitendorf here pretty quickly. Obviously tell they're probably using their tires a lot more than the front 2 are. I think I'll keep an eye on, as I was kind of saying a little bit earlier, is that fine line of saving your tires but also running hard enough to keep track position ahead of the guys, or keep track position to the guys behind you. As Tyler blinks out a little bit there. That'll be the key. Trying to find that fine line of actually being able to save your tires, but also be able to keep track position. Because track position, especially later on the runs here, is going to be so important. Because once you get those tires worn in, it is so, and I mean so, difficult to pass. So Jake is now starting to fall back here. There's Bo Caro. Bo was so close to winning last week in Indianapolis. Got caught up in a wreck towards the end of that race. Subsequently took him out of contention of winning. And that contact that he had was between him and Logan, who is currently leading the race right now and has about 5 spots between him and the next chase car, which is Cooper Johnson, who has fallen all the way back to 6th. So all the guys in between Logan and Cooper are all non-chase drivers. You see Tyler Burnett, Bo Carroll, John Whitendorf, and Jake Hounshell. All these guys. Tyler Burnett makes it past John Whitendorf. And Bo will try to do the same in that Louis Vuitton 42 car. And one thing you'll start to notice now is that bottom line is really only very valuable early on the run. The more laps you put down, I mean, we're only 10 laps complete on lap 11, and already you're starting to see that top line is just having such an advantage coming off the corners, making it so difficult to pass on the bottom. Bo still not able to clear John, not quite yet. See Eric Gore has hit pit road. Anthony Guarneri, who is not able to start the race on time. He actually missed the start of the race. He is 7 laps down, back in 17th, but he is back on track. And interestingly enough, Hank Steinmiller, only about 12 laps into the thing, he has actually hit pit road now as well. Not sure if it's because of the damage that he sustained on that first lap, but he has now hit pit road. Possible strategy call here. Back up front here. The 2 leaders have really spaced themselves out to 3rd place now. A couple of sim helper drivers really showing their muscle early on in this race. Logan has led. Oh, and Tyler into the wall a little bit there. Logan has led all 12, coming this time to 13 laps in this race. And this is what Logan has seemingly done all chase. Both races, he has ran up towards the front. As you see, there's Hank Steinmiller. We'll take a look at his damage a little bit. Obviously, good amount of damage on that left side there. Still a lot of damage. It kind of seems like on the front end, too, as well. It kind of seems like on that right front. Oh, yeah. A lot of damage on that right front as well. So Hank is now 2 laps down. And even by coming down and taking tires and fuel, he's seemingly still going to be slower than these leaders. But we'll see how it works out for him. And Tyler pretty slow here in the top. Hank kind of got a run to him there. He'll dive to the bottom now. Side by side with Tyler, heading into 1. And he will complete the pass on Tyler Burnett. So we'll see if Hank can at least get one of his laps back here, even with all this damage. And coming into this race, these 2 guys right here, the 99, the 63, were the top 2 guys in the chase. These were the 2 favorites after the first 2 races. You know, the 2 guys that you really expect to have a chance at the championship. It'll be interesting now to see how this thing shakes out between the 2 of them. Can Hank possibly, somehow, someway, rebound and have himself a shot? Now, Hank is not out of it yet. I do want to remind everybody, if you're not tuned into any of the previous races throughout the season, every one of these races, all the drivers have at least one fast repair to work off of throughout the entire race. So Hank has not taken his fast repair yet, meaning that if there is another caution, he can come down, take that fast repair, have a completely clean car, and be right back in contention with this thing. Now, obviously, he'll need multiple cautions here to try and get these laps back, but at the moment, if there were to be a caution, he would be the lucky dog, so he'd at least get one of his laps back, and we may have it right now. Bo Carroll hit that turn 4 wall. He keeps it straight, and we are still green for the moment. But man, it seemed like he really pounded that wall hard, and it just shot him to the inside. That Louis Vuitton card probably not feeling the greatest anymore. Great save, though, by Bo. And while that was going on, Hank Steinmiller made the pass on the 99. So now, Hank definitely wants to see a caution, because now if there would be a caution now, not only would he be the lucky dog, but he'd only be one lap down, so he'd actually be back on the lead lap. So right now, that 63 is praying for a caution. Tyler Barnett, after making that hard charge through the field, has definitely fallen off of the leader. He's now back to just about a second behind his teammate Logan and the 99. And it seems like John is starting to slowly close in a little bit on our leaders. He's now down to about a second and a half behind Logan. I believe he was only about 2 seconds behind a little bit earlier, so we'll see if John... We know he's pretty good at saving tires. We know he's very good in late runs on most of these tracks. We'll see if he can make a hard charge here, as he's now starting to really close in on Tyler for second place. Behind him, a couple of other changes have happened. Cooper Johnson has moved up from 6th to 4th. Still just under 3 seconds back. He is the next driver, right behind John Whitendorf. He's putting a couple more non-chase drivers behind him. One of those guys being Jay Countshell in the 02. Jay currently P5. Not too long afterwards, I talk about John catching Tyler. He caught him pretty quick and has already made the pass. Tyler may have had a problem there. He seemed to really lose off the corner that time, but see if Tyler can recover here. John makes a pass. He is up to P2 now. A little bit farther back, a little bit of a battle here. This is for 6th. Seth Harrelson to the outside of Dave Carpenter, last week's winner at Indianapolis. 71 car looking pretty good again this week. A little bit different number style, but still looks just as good as last week. He might fall victim to a couple of other spots here as Seth works the outside, and Jose Medina, another one of those chase guys. Oh, Jose was pretty slow there through 3 and 4, and we see why. Is there going to be a caution now for this? Eric Gore in the 121 backwards across the track. Not sure what prompted him to be facing the wrong way, but well, let's go back and see what happened to the 121. We're following along with Eric Gore here. See, he gets in the wall. A lot of people have had those same problems, and he starts to lose it. Ooh, hits that outside wall hard coming off of 4. Locks it up to get it to stop, and then obviously, since he's facing the wrong way, this will bring out a yellow for sure. So first caution of the night here tonight. I believe James Roth actually might be the first car lap down, so he actually might get the lucky dog here. We'll have to see how it all cycles through. James Roth was also involved in that first caution, or not the first caution, but that giant pileup on that first lap coming off turn 4. And this will bring down everybody. Now everybody has a pretty limited set of tires here tonight. They all have 3 sets of tires on pit road. And the one person I'd probably have to say is going to enjoy this the most is this 26 car, because it kind of seemed like he was really starting to lose time on those older set of tires. Everyone makes their pit stops here. Tyler rolls off first. And I believe Tyler actually did win the race off of pit road here in that 26 car. It's a great job by that sim helper team for the 26 to get him off of pit road first. John Whitendorf looks like second, and Logan will fall to third now. So this will be the first time that we'll see ourselves a new leader of the race. Cooper Johnson fourth, Seth Harrelson fifth, Dave Carpenter sixth. There's Jose Medina, Cody Harrington, James Goshen, and Jake Hounshell had an extremely slow stop. Not sure if he was possibly repairing damage, but very slow stop for him. There's Anthony Guarneri in the 16. I believe he is getting some laps back here. There's Belcara in the 42. There's Jason Hounshell. He had some damage on that first lap as well. So now as everything cycles through here, we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with some more green flag action. Welcome everybody back to the Wheat State 115 at Kansas Motor Speedway. Tyler Barnett is our second new leader of the race here as the pace car is about to make that hard left-hand turn off after Eric Gore brought out the last caution. Or the first caution of the race, but the most recent caution that we've had so far. Tyler Barnett, as I mentioned, will have control over the field, and we're green here yet again at Kansas. Nice launch for Tyler there. John will actually get down and in front of Logan, coming into one. Cooper Johnson on the high side of that 99. Going to try and get the run off the corner. Johnson does have the run here. See if he can keep it up. He will. He will clear Logan, at least for the moment. Oh man, that 14 got really out of shape there coming off of 4. This will give Logan the momentum coming back, and he'll take third place back. A bit behind them, some side-by-side action here. 02 trying to look to the inside of the 66. He will clear him this time. This will give way to the 85 as well. Looking to the inside. A lot more side-by-side action coming up here towards the front. The 14 to the inside of Logan. He'll clear him back. He'll get third place back. John Whitendorf looking to the inside of Tyler Barnett, who's blinking there a little bit. Logan will now look to try and get third place back from the 14 as he goes back to the inside of him. Tyler will keep first place for the moment. Johnson will follow Whitendorf into one. Harrelson will also follow them into one on the top side. Logan on the bottom, he is going to have a ton of momentum. That'll get broken up here as that top side starts to win, and the 14's in the wall. He's in the wall hard. He's going to lose a bunch of momentum here. Harrelson will go on by. Dave Carpenter will also pass the 14 here. So now the 14, who is running up there in fourth place just immediately after that contact there, he's now falling back to sixth. Back up front, Logan able to make the pass on John Whitendorf for second. He'll now look to the inside of his teammate for the lead here. The 99 led all the laps up until that caution. Tyler Barnett won the race off pit road. Now he's our second leader, and Logan's trying to get that lead right on back from his teammate in there. Tyler fighting hard on that outside line. That outside line just gets such a run off the corner, especially once you get a couple of laps into the into this run. Still side by side, Logan and Tyler. And this is exactly what, obviously, definitely what John wants to see, is these two teammates fighting each other hard for the lead, because this is only going to make them wear out their tires even more. And especially Logan, for him being on the bottom side, It's going to make him wear out his tires a lot more. Makes you have to turn the wheel a lot more. Makes you wear out that right front a lot more. You're going to be a lot tighter later into the run. Logan is definitely telling his teammate, come on, buddy, let me by here. I'm fighting for a championship. But they're both fighting for the lead and fighting to try and win this race. Oh, and Tyler with just a small bobble up there in the top. Is that going to be enough to give Logan the lead? No. Still side by side. And Logan will fall now behind Tyler Barnett. And he'll get to the top side now and will fall in line. Farther back here, we got some more side-by-side battle. Jose Medina and Bo Caro. This is for 7th. Bo will scoot on by Jose, and Jose is slow there in that corner. This will allow Jake Houndshell to look to the inside of the 24. Ooh, man, a tight squeeze there with the 121 being on the bottom side. And Jake threads the needle. Great move by the 02 and takes 8th spot from Jose. Back a little bit farther up, the 14 to the inside of the 71 of Dave Carpenter. He'll move up and try and take what will be the 5th spot now from last week's winner. 14 now just trying to make up for the lost time that he had. Oh, and the 07 in the wall hard. And this will actually allow the 14 of Cooper Johnson with the momentum to clear Seth and then some. So now this gives the 14 4th place right back. That's the treacherous thing about this track and how you race this track, especially with these cars. It's basically full throttle all the way around this place, and with how close you are to the wall, just a small little mistake can really cost you a ton of time. Now, because of that, this gives, as I said, the 14 4th place back. He'll now try and close in on John Whitendorf for 3rd. We'll see what kind of strategy we see from these two guys here. It kind of seems like Logan has kind of fallen in line here as well as John. Logan, I think, kind of realizes, hey, I used a lot of tires there on that first bet. And as I say that, he goes to the bottom here to try and get by his teammate. But I'm not sure if this is going to work because John is right there. If he doesn't get back up in line, he's going to lose his spot. And now, see, John with the momentum on the outside, he should be able to clear Logan coming off of 4 here. It's just how much of an advantage that top side has. And he will. Oh, and Seth really loose off of 4 there. He had a taste of the grass there. He saves it and keeps it straight. Back up front, the 14 looks to the inside of the 99. But that's the risk you take. Being so close in line like this, you go to the bottom to try and make a pass on somebody. If you don't clear them and get back to that top side, you run the risk of losing even more positions than you could have possibly gained. John may be looking to the inside of the 26 for the lead. Won't this time. A little bit farther back, we got some close battle here. The 07 after having touch with the grass and more contact. 42 barely saves it. Great save again by the 42. That's the second time the 42 has been facing the inside wall. This time on the backstretch. Unfortunate touch there and gets Bo to lose a ton of time. I mean, if there's somebody who has had a lot of bad luck the last couple weeks, it is definitely this 42 car. He's been running well multiple times this race. Continues to have bad luck go his way. Back up front, there's the 16 of Anthony Guarneri. He's a couple laps down still. 4 to be exact. John, you keep seeing he is like peeking to the bottom of the 26, but he knows and understands that if he tries to make that move on the 26 and he just doesn't clear Tyler, the same thing is going to happen to him that happened to Logan, where he goes to look to the inside, can't clear him, gets stuck on the inside, then loses even more time. So right now, this 33 is trying to play it smart. He may have an option this time of trying to clear the 26. He is now side by side with him, coming across the stripe. He's got one hell of a run. He should be able to clear him this time. And he can't this time. Actually, the 26 stays with him on the top side. John's got to get back up in line if he's going to be able to keep second. And he does. Luckily, the 99 was a little bit too far back to take advantage. It's like coming to Kansas with these cars is like running the draft at a Daytona or Talladega, except it's really not. The draft is so important, and you're really just following the car in front of you, but trying to make passes is next to impossible without especially using up a lot of tires, and really he wanted to come up in front of the 26 there, but he could not clear him. Man, that was close. That allowed the 99 to actually back off, thinking there might have been contact there, which kept the 33 in line, and now John will try again this time. And maybe this time he'll actually follow him into turn one instead of diving to the bottom. This time Logan dives to the bottom of the track. And this time, oh, and then Logan learned his lesson this time. He came up hard into that outside lane to try and block the 14, but now the 14 will dive to the bottom here. He will not be able to take advantage, and he'll fall back to fourth again. Everyone else behind them is pretty strung out. James, oh, and contact in front of him! Tyler Barnett just came up into John Whitendorf hard there. Tyler Barnett lost a lot of time. He'll kind of try and straighten it out, but man, not sure what happened in that scenario, but whatever was going on, they were not clear. John Whitendorf, though, he does get the lead back. This is actually the first time the 33 is leading today, and now this completely changes things up. Logan goes to the bottom now to try and pass the 33. Cannot clear him this time. Oh, and John really loose off of two there. Looked like going into one, it was a odd set of circumstances trying to get past the lap car of James Roth. One car went high, one car went low, and we have a caution now on track. It may have involved the 07 of Seth Harrelson. Let's go back and see what happened here to bring out this caution. So we're now following along with Seth Harrelson, going past the 16 of Anthony Guarnieri, and oh, okay. Not sure what made that occur, but a very interesting set of circumstances there going down the backstretch. Let's go back and take a look, and let's go back and take another look at this. We're following along with Anthony Guarnieri this time. Oh. Not a great set of circumstances for either driver, but definitely not a great set of circumstances for Seth Harrelson in the 07 there. So after the contact between Anthony Guarnieri and Seth Harrelson, this will bring out the second caution of the night. And again, the driver who is probably the most happy about this caution is Tyler Barnett. After getting caught up in that contact with the 33 just a couple laps ago and losing all that time, he'll now get to come down, repair what little damage he probably got from that, and get a new set of tires and try to make his way back up through the field here. We'll see if the 99 can have a better pit stop this time. Last time he lost a couple spots on pit road. Now he's got that 14 of Cooper Johnson right behind him. Another chase driver. Oh, Seth really missed his pit stall there, I believe. Oh, yeah, he sure did. And the race off pit road will... A better stop for the 99. It looks like John Whitendorf still won the race off pit road. And actually, the 14 did beat the 99 off pit road. So he'll actually get second place this time. So yet again, the 99 lost time off pit road. A slower stop for that 99 car. Another interesting piece to note here is Cody Harrington, that 66. He actually may have had a 2-tire stop this time. He's actually up to 4th now. And there's Jake Hounshell in the 02. And even more interestingly, the 3 car of Josh Silva. He actually stayed out this time. So we'll see if he chooses to come down the next time by, or if he chooses to stay out here and tries to get himself a couple laps led. But anyways, we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with some more green flag action. Welcome back, everybody, to the Wheat State 115 at Kansas Motor Speedway. Interesting development here after the last caution between Seth Harrelson and Anthony Guarneri. A couple of strategy plays from some drivers up front that we haven't seen up front so far tonight. The 3 of Josh Silva chose to stay out this time and not even take any gas or fuel, which will give him the lead. Another note to put down the 66 of Cody Harrington there. I believe only took 2 tires this time. So the 3 will have us leading back to the line, and we are green yet again at Kansas. Nice launch on the inside line. But the 3 will go high, and this will allow the 33 to go on by pretty easily here. And those older tires definitely playing a giant factor in the 3's not having any speed at all compared to the rest of these drivers on newer tires. The 14, after beating the 99 off pit road, trying to clear the 99 here early on in this run on the bottom side. Trying to get second from him. He knows how important it is to keep that 99 behind him. It's his only chance at trying to keep the 99 from winning this championship. 2 chase drivers fighting side by side right now for second, and the 99 will prevail on the high side. This will bring the 14 of Cooper Johnson to the high side. Now Jake Hounshell looks to the inside. Won't be able to get the run this time, and he'll fall in line. Oh my, they're 3 wide back here for a moment. Still side by side now. 16 is still 4 laps down. Some more side by side battle here between the 07 and the 71. That's for 7th. Back up front, though, Logan trying to see if he can make his way past John Whitendorf for first. He wants to get back up to the front and start leading some more laps here. But he's got the 14 and the 02 right on his tail. The 14 goes to the inside. We'll try and make it work, but I don't think this will prevail for him. He's got no momentum right now, and he will not be able to try and scoot his way back up in front of Jake. This will give Jake Hounshell P3 over the 14 car. James Goshen, we haven't talked about him all night long. Another chase driver. He's made his way up into the top 5 now. Great run for the 85 here tonight. As we start to approach halfway in this race, starting to see how things shake out here. Car stopped in the grass there. That should not bring out a yellow. I believe that's Eric Gore in the 121. And he will tow his way back onto the pit road. Talk about Kai's making their way back up through the field. How about Tyler Burnett? From the back of the field to start the race, all the way to the front. Then fell back some more spots. Now back up towards the front again. Then fell back again. And now he's starting to try and make his way back up through the field yet again here. He's now trying to vibe for P5. Trying to get past James Goshen at that position. And that top line, again, like I mentioned, so important. If you're going to have a run, the 0-2 really had a moment there through 3 and 4. He now has to go to the inside. He's going to lose a ton of spots here now. And Jake was up to third there. Not sure if he got loose in the middle of the corner or possibly got tight and almost hit the wall, but that cost him a ton of spots. He just went from 3rd to 7th. And again, that shows you how important it is to keep your car under control. Oh, man. Talk about having an, oh, man, almost contact. And then there's some contact now between the 85 and the 0-2. That all started when Tyler Burnett started to blink on the inside of the 85 of James Goshen, which really made Goshen start to question where the 26 was, and he's going to lose a ton of momentum now as he continues to lose spots. Goshen, who was just P5, just fell all the way back to 9th now. Again, it shows you how important that momentum is. Keeping that outside line, keeping your car straight, being able to continuously... Oh, that 14 really shut the door on the 26 there on the top side. Making sure he didn't get that run on the top side there. While all that's going on, Logan's still just following in the footsteps in that 33 right now. Saving his tires, trying to wait for his moment to make his move. Oh, it almost looked like the 07 may have gotten the wall a little bit there. Does look like he's got some scrapes on the right side, but he's found the wall a couple of times here tonight. A little farther back, there's the 16 of Anthony Guarnieri. Ooh, to the outside, the 26 goes now. Tyler Burnett caught the 14 sleeping this time. He gets to the outside, and he should be able to pass him pretty easily. And he'll clear him for P3. So a nice move there by Tyler Burnett yet again. Making his way up through the field. And now the 14 has to play defense on the 07 and the 02. As now Boquero dives to the inside. Way to the bottom. Oh, maybe some contact there. Not sure if there was. Possibly a little bit of neck code as well. The 47 really had a chance to try and make a couple passes there, but cannot clear him this time. See if the 42, and he'll come back up to the top and prevent Dave Carpenter from trying to make the pass. Dave will still go to the inside with the momentum. Oh, and the 42 is on the wall. This will actually allow Dave to complete that pass for 7th. Back up front. As the 26 continues to blink a little bit there. 14 trying to make the pass back for 3rd place on the 26. We see a little bit farther back, James Goshen actually had a little bit of momentum, possibly trying to make his way past the 42. Oop. There's some side-by-side battle there. Seth Harrelson, and oh! Pirouette spinning! 14's around, 02's around! 26 is hard involved, as well as the 07. And this will bring out another caution here tonight. We saw the 02 and the 14 doing some parallel spinning there into the grass. Let's go back and see exactly what happened. So we're following along with Tyler Burnett in the 26. Oh, he just got really tight off of 4. The 14 was right behind him. Had no time at all to react, and then the 07, another innocent bystander in that one there. All along the 14's cockpit here. Starts to see the 26 check up, barely gets into the left for a quarter panel of him. Spins it around in the grass. At that point, no saving it. Here's the view from Seth Harrelson in the 07. Seth Harrelson. Oh, he almost, that's where the contact happened. He actually got turned hard by the 02 trying to come down. Let's go back and take another look at that. So here we're following along again with the 07. And he sees the contact there. He comes down the track. Jake Hounshill is already there. And when he makes contact with Jake, it kind of shoots him back up the track. And that's when it gets into Tyler Burnett. So back live here. Under caution yet again. And this will bring down a lot of drivers here. Oh, maybe not all the drivers. Logan Monteith and Dave Carpenter both stay out. This will bring down everybody else. So obviously everybody involved in that caution come down and get some repairs done this time. John Whitendorf, pretty quick pit stop for him. Probably only taking gas. Maybe even just right side tires. James Goshen. Bo Carroll with a quick stop. There's the 14. Looks like the 14 actually took his fast repair. Not taking any chances there. Looks like the 07 will be trying to repair as much damage as he can. As well as the 26. The 26 actually towed. So it'll be a little bit before we see Tyler Burnett back out on track. But under caution yet again here at Kansas. Some more fuel strategy play. Some more pit strategy being done by everybody across the board. Be very, very interesting to see how this all works out at the end of this race. Let's go ahead and take another quick break. We'll be back with some more green flag action. Thank everybody to the Wheat State 115 here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Another caution this time involving Tyler Burnett after he got tied off of turn 4. Collected the 14 of Cooper Johnson, Jake Hounshill, Seth Harrelson. A couple of chase contenders and a couple of non-chase contenders, but some more pit strategy being played out here. The front two drivers did not come down and take tires or fuel this time. This will be very interesting to see how well they can hang with the guys who pit behind them. Logan Monteith, who has led most of this race, leads them back to the green this time. Logan with a nice launch. He'll keep the lead going into turn 1. Dave Carpenter, though, stuck on that outside line. Lose some time to a couple of guys in front of him there. Bo Carroll will actually clear the 71. Heading into the corner. Cooper Johnson, after being involved in that caution, took his fast repair, it looks like, and still pretty clean at the moment. He'll actually try and clear Bo. Can't quite clear him. Almost forced Bo up into the corner and actually forced Bo to back out, so actually got Cooper Johnson to third place. Some more side-by-side battles here. Anthony Guarneria only 2 laps down now. Still battling with these front guys here. Anthony actually looks like he took tires 4 tires and much faster than these guys ahead of him now. Interesting to watch the 16 try and make his way up through the field. 16 able to make it past Bo. Now looking for the spot ahead of Cooper. He'll dive to the inside and clear him easily. Behind him, Jason Hounshell and the 00. Ooh, couldn't quite clear Bo off the corner. He's clear of him now. Oh, but look at this, the 63. You know, we haven't talked about Hank Steinmiller all race long. And now look at this. Out of nowhere. 63 with tires. Oh, and the 14's hard in the wall. Not sure what happened with the 14 there, but it looked like he got either some help or he got really loose into the corner there. And a ton of right side damage right after he took his fast repair. Falls the 14 all the way back to 12th now. Great avoidance by everybody else, but as I just mentioned, the 63, you know, we haven't talked about Hank Steinmiller all race long because he was involved in that lap 1 collision with himself, Eric Gordon, James Roth. And now the 63, after all the calamity that the first half of this race brought him, now after taking 4 fresh tires when everybody else didn't, he's now pulling away as he's gotten himself the lead. As a matter of fact, that 16 as well, he took tires on the last pit stop. He was 2 laps down beforehand. Now only 1 lap down. Some updates on some drivers here. Officially out of the race, Eric Gore has officially left the session. He's out of the race. Unfortunate finish for the 121 there. Tyler Barnett was involved in that last crash. He actually took his car behind the garage, and he is out for the race. And Seth Harrelson, one of those chase contenders, one of those chase hopefuls trying to win themselves a championship. He will come home P15 here tonight. He is also out of the race, and that will most definitely take him out of the chance of winning the championship. After missing Richmond, not a good run at Indianapolis, and then tonight having another unfortunate finish to the race. Not how he wanted his chase hopes to go. Back up front, though, here. Hank Steinmiller trying to, with those fresher tires, space himself out from the 99 and the rest of the crew, but also another one of those guys who took fresher tires, who's now starting to make his way up past these guys, is the 66 of Cody Harrington. The Red Bull Toyota to the inside the 99. What a run for this 66 now. Advantage of fresher tires, being able to run that bottom line and still be able to keep your momentum off the corner compared to the guys on the top side. Because although you can keep mostly full throttle throughout the corner on the top side on older tires, you can't fully be full throttle. These guys on those newer tires can definitely be full throttle on the bottom. Although Logan on those older tires still giving Cody Harrington some trouble now, the 66 will officially clear Logan and will take second place. Great run for the 66 right now, being P2. Let's see if he can possibly chase down our leader of Hank Steinmiller in that 63 car. Oh man, he really caught him in the corner there. Already back to only a 10th behind him now. 66 actually looks to the inside on our leader. Hank will have the advantage on the top side, though, so he should keep the position at the moment. What a hard charge for the 66 out of nowhere. Great run for Cody Harrington here towards the end of this race. little bit farther back. You know, we were talking about Jason a little bit. He's another one of those chase drivers who's been just kind of quiet most of the race. I believe, you know, now that I remember, he was also involved in that first lap collision that really set him back. He stayed on the lead lap. He looks like he's now, I believe, taking his fast repair, and now he's made his way up to the 5th position, looking to the inside of John Whitendorf. He may also be on fresher tires. I'm not sure if he is, but he may also be on fresher tires as well. Jason to the inside of the 33 this time. Oh, and the Cody Harrington! We were just talking about him! Sideways off of 4. Same thing we saw earlier on with Bill Caro. May have had contact with that turn 4 wall. Shot him to the inside of the track, but again, a nice save by the 66. And man, so disappointing there. Cody was having such a hard run up through the field there. Got up to second, had a shot at first. It looks like he has some problems, and man, he really hit that right front. Looks like he hit that right front pretty hard, and that's what shot him to the inside of the track and into the grass. As I mentioned earlier, it's not the first time that we've seen that happen in this race. Still, Cody keeps that same spot. He's still in P7. So he's not totally out of it yet. So they'll definitely need another caution here to try and make up that time. A bit farther back here, this is a battle for 8th. James Goshen, another one of those chase drivers who's had just a very quiet day. Almost some contact between him and the 42 with Bo Caro, who was the other driver who hit that turn for a wall pretty hard and shot it to the grass on the inside. After that loss of momentum, that allows Josh Silva in the 3 to get on by. Josh now up to 9th, Bo back to 10th. See some more side-by-side battles here between the 3 and the 42. Josh with that top line speed, able to kind of pull away from the 42 and actually catch back up to James Goshen on the 85. See if Josh can get the run off the top here again. See if he can get side by side with the 85. He'll go to the bottom side this time. He actually gets to the side, gets side by side with the 85. Let's see what Josh can do with it. We may clear the 85. That momentum on the bottom side's working for the 3. 85 holds strong right now. Still a battle for 8th place at the moment. Still a hard battle between those two guys. We'll see if the 3 can kind of make a run back on James Goshen here. Oh, he got a great run off of 4 there. Shoots to the bottom again. And he'll clear James Goshen. Great pass for the 3 of Josh Silva. Speaking of side-by-side battles, Cody Harrington, after that contact, still with the fresher tires. Able to catch back up to Jake Hounshell. This is a battle for 6th now. Still peeking to that inside. Not quite able to make the pass yet. Saw a little bit ago the 33 was really right on that 99. That would have been for 2nd place. But still our leader is the 63. And this is really what Hank Steinmiller needs. He needs this to go as green as long as possible. And the as I say that, the caution comes out. And it looks like it's for Bo Caro. I swear, I think I noticed right as I was starting to say he needs a long green flag run that the flagman was waving the yellow flag. But I didn't want to be for sure. Let's go back and see what happened to Bo Caro here. So we were just seeing Bo was battling with James Goshen and Josh Silva a little bit there. He gets pretty loose there. Coming off of 2. Gets really loose. Oh, just overcorrects into the wall. Gets turned around facing the wrong way. And this Louis Vuitton 42 has had a very interesting night for sure. Not how this Louis Vuitton 42 wanted to have the night go. I mean, he was running really well earlier on in the race. Running top 5. There's a lot of bad luck that this 42 has had, especially over the last 2 weeks. So as the caution is out yet again here at Kansas, Bo Caro facing the wrong way after coming off of turn 2 and hitting the wall. This will most likely bring down some drivers who chose to stay out last time. 99 of Logan Monteith, the 33. Bring down all those guys. 00. 71. The 02. Cody Harrington, the 66. Although he just took tires last time, he has to come down and probably fix that damage. There's the 14, 85, and 3. James Roth. We haven't talked much about him. He was involved in that first wreck on the first lap. That didn't bring out a caution, but this will have the 63 of Hank Steinmiller to stay out this time, and he may be the only guy. After he took tires last time, he really took a chance and really wanted, and I mean really wanted that green flag run, but he did not, unfortunately, get it. So, as everyone comes down and takes their tires and fuel and makes their probably their last pit stops now if they're taking tires. They may have ran out of tires now, but we'll see how the end of this race shakes out. We'll be right back with some more green flag action. Welcome back to Kansas Motor Speedway here for the third race in the chase for the Juicebox Racing League Season 2. It's the Wheat State 115. Caution just came out for Bo Caro being spun around on the backstretch. And now the only driver who stayed out this time is that 63 of Hank Steinmiller. We'll see how long he can hang on those older tires. We have seen the older tires, those drivers who have stayed on older tires, they just drop like a rock once especially a couple laps come in. But Hank Steinmiller will lead him back to the green this time. Logan Monteith had himself a pretty good pit stop. He starts P2. He's the first car on fresher tires. To the bottom of the track, the 99 goes. Not sure why the 63 stayed on the top side, but this will allow Logan to get to the bottom, and he will clear the 63 easily, giving Logan the lead. John will follow him, and oh, both the Hound Shows had the same idea there. Both Jake and Jason had the same idea of going to the bottom of the 63, but Jake actually backed out. Three wide now, heading into one for a moment. It will clear itself out. And now Jason Hounshaw on that 00 will go on by the 63. And he'll take third place. So Hank actually holding up all right for the moment. Staying on that top side, trying to make that top side work as much as he can. But now Jake Hounshaw and Bo Caro, both of those guys will look to the inside now. Oh, some contact! 42 and the 85. Got really tight there on the bottom heading into one. They're all right for the moment. Oh, but that lost momentum now allows Dave Carpenter to look to the inside. Three wide again for the moment as they get by Hank Steinmiller. And look at this. Jason Hounshaw on the 00 to the inside of the 33. Oh, almost some contact. Looked like they both were looking for the same spot on the track, but the 00 will clear John Whitendorf for second. And how about that? Jason Hounshaw to P2. First time we've seen Jason Hounshaw this high up in the standings so far. Pretty big gap now, though, between second and first, as Logan still runs that bottom side, trying to space out as much as he can between him and second, seeing if he can make sure that there's no draft advantage for second place. But already it looks like second is closing in on first with that draft advantage. Behind him, a little bit of a hornet's nest now. Jake looks to the bottom of John, but cannot get the run. And Bo's looking for the top side of John, but can't quite get the run. That side-by-side battle now has allowed Dave Carpenter and the 71 to start to close in now, along with James Goshen. Jake on those fresh tires still looking at the bottom of John Whitendorf. Still side by side. Jose Medina, not sure. Oh, close battle here. There's close battles all over the place right now, with just 16 to go. Jose Medina, lap car. Go to the bottom of the track this time. How about Bo Carroll? We were just talking about him having all the bad luck go his way the last 2 weeks. He's now looking to the inside for third. He'll slot back in line, though. Oh, and this will allow Jake Hounshaw to the outside. Dave Carpenter to the inside. They'll look to split him. But Bo will really pinch down the 71, and now Jake out loose off the corner. This now brings James Goshen back into the picture now on the top side. Oh, and both the 02 and the 41 or the 42 into the wall hard. This will bring out another caution. Oh, the 42 back up the track. And nobody else hits Bo. Yet again, the 42 was starting to have a good run. Making his way up through the field, aggressive. And just both him and Jake got tight off the corner there. And yet again, that problem spot we've seen all night long, that turn 4 wall, comes into play again. Let's go back and see what happened. So follow along Jake Hounshaw here. 42 looks to come up. Oh, they both got tight there off the corner. As we've seen many times, a lot of guys get really tight off the corner there in turn 4. And then you just push that outside wall and it shoots you to the inside. Let's follow along Bo Caro. He starts to come up. And again, there's no contact, there's no major block. It's just they both got tight coming off of that corner. Fortunate set of circumstances. Luckily, nobody hit the 42 and he came back up the track, though. So, a little bit of... possibly... a little bit of extracurricular activity there between the 00 and the 33. But with that caution coming out, we in fact have ourselves a new leader. So unfortunately we didn't catch it on the broadcast, but the 00 was on the move there. And he actually in fact caught and passed the 99 for the race lead. So we saw Jake Hounshaw, he went down pit road. Well far back in the field and also was involved in that contact with Bo Caro. But this is going to make things extremely interesting. So obviously most of these guys are out of tires. They're on the tires that they're going to finish the race with here, but this will definitely be extremely interesting. 00 made one hell of a run to get past John Whitendorf. And now has made his way past the 99 right before the caution there. So now Jason Houndshow, who has never won a race in the Juicebox Racing League so far in 2 seasons, is leading here at Kansas. Now, it'll be very interesting to note, as we've seen many times, the 99 has been extremely good so far this season. 33 as well. 33, in fact, won 4 races in a row earlier on the season before missing a couple of races here the last couple weeks. But if you ask me, the 2 best drivers throughout the entire season have been the 2 drivers right behind these 00 car, which is Logan Monteith in that 99, who is our current chase points leader by a good margin, may I also point out, and the 33 of John Whitendorf. So the pressure is definitely on this 00 here as we look to go back green here. So let's go ahead and take a short break here yet again, and we'll be back with some more green flag action. Welcome back here to Kansas Motor Speedway for the Weed State 115 as we have ourselves a new leader after the most recent caution between Bo Carroll and Jake Houndshill. Jason Houndshill leads the race now, coming back to the green flag. First time that he's led here tonight. Most of the race this 00 has spent in the middle of the pack, but now at the right time, right place, right time, he is starting to make his way through the field and actually caught the race lead right before the caution came out. Some new faces that we're seeing up here tonight. 00 leads us back to the green. How about James Goshen out there in P4 as well? Jason goes pretty early, and we're back green here yet again with just 9 laps to go this time by. Huge jump for the 00. He got out to a huge lead over second and third. 33 of John Whitendorf from the 99 now battling side by side, which is exactly what the leader wants to see here. But John will fall back in line. And oh, look at the 14 to the inside of the 71. Where the hell did this 14 come from? Now all of a sudden Cooper Johnson is back in the picture as well. But James Goshen, another one of those chase drivers. How about him having himself a great run here tonight? He's currently P4. Dave Carpenter, last week's winner at Indy, he's currently P5. Not to mention, how about that 16? Hey, we haven't talked about Anthony Guarneri all night long. Out of nowhere, there's 16 now. With fresh tires, is back on the lead lap. He's to the outside of the 14, now looking to the inside of Dave Carpenter in the 71. 16 is on a charge right now. Oh, a contact, though. Oh, more contact. 71 hard. Oh, no. Major contact as the caution is out. And that will end the 16's race, as he has to tow back. But what happened there? See if we can even find the 71 on track. He's even still on track. Yes, he is, but oh my. That car is destroyed. He may still have a fast repair that he can use, but let's go back and see what happened there between him and Anthony Guarneri. So this is coming off of turn 4 down the front stretch. We're following along with Dave Carpenter in the 71. Oh, it's just... I think Anthony Guarneri expected Dave to come back up the track a lot more than he did. Oh, and then the 71 just goes flipping a ton. Dave was having such a good run yet again. Coming off of the win last week in Indianapolis. I think it was just one of those situations where the 16 expected the 71 to get a lot closer to the wall, so he came up the track a lot more and just barely touched the 71, which caused that chain reaction. One more time from the cockpit of the 16. Then he goes to the bottom. Comes up the track and barely touches him. And I mean barely. Cannot save it. And then unfortunately noses it right into the wall. So now we are back under caution yet again here at Kansas, and the tensions are starting to mount a little bit. Guys are getting really aggressive now, and it'll be very, very interesting to see how aggressive guys are now, even on this restart compared to the other restarts. We saw the 00 go extremely early on that last restart, and then a lot of the guys behind him just making hard dives to the bottom, crisscrossing each other, and we saw our biggest wreck of the night happen right there between the 16 and the 71. So now yet again, nobody who's still in contention for the win comes down and takes tires here, because there are no tires left for these guys. If there were tires left, I think they'd take them, and I think somebody just blew up. I think the 3 car of Josh Silva just unfortunately blew up there on the backstretch. And Hank Steinmiller now trying to push him as best he can. It is pretty hard to try and push somebody around here, especially when they're got another, and the 63 gives up. So the 3 will now have to unfortunately tow back, but we'll go ahead and take another short break here, and we'll be back with hopefully the last restart of the race. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wheat State 115 here at Kansas Motor Speedway. As the conclusion of this race is starting to come, Jason Houndshell in the 00 leads us currently at the moment as the lights are out and the pace car will be going back green this time by. We just had our biggest wreck of the night between Anthony Guarneri and Dave Carpenter going into turn 1. Aggressive driving, we are starting to see more and more of it as the chase drivers are trying their absolute best to get as many points as they can, knowing we're in the second to last race of the season. Jason Houndshell, one of those chase drivers, looking to get his first win, not only of the season, but his first win in the Juicebox Racing League Series. Can the Houndshell Racing crew get themselves another win here tonight? He does go early again. And we're green here yet again at Kansas. 2 laps to go for Jason Houndshell. He's gotten himself out to a giant gap. Can anybody behind him do anything to catch him? Side by side down the backstretch for second. Jake Houndshell. And the 02 looking at the top side now, trying to get a run off the corner. How about this 14? Even with the damage, hard damage on the right side, he's still in contention now. White flag is officially out. Oh, they're really crisscrossing now. Jake Houndshell on by the 33. This is exactly what Jason wants to see. Hard-fought battle between everybody behind him. Can Logan do anything, though? Jason will guard the bottom. Side by side behind him. Hard charge by the 99, but it's not going to matter. The 00 of Jason Houndshell wins his first race in the Juicebox Racing League here at Kansas. Although it is not a non-chase driver that won, it is still a new winner that we have seen here yet again here tonight at Kansas. It was Tyler Burnett at Richmond a couple weeks ago, then Dave Carpenter last week at Indianapolis, and now it's Jason Houndshell in the 00. Slams on the brakes hard. You gotta know that 00 is definitely excited as he burns it down here in Kansas. Although iRacing really isn't showing off as much smoke as it probably should, a great burnout by Jason Houndshell here. And a great job by Jason. I mean, as you can see, the engine's blue now. He's got nothing left in that engine. He'll probably drive it until that thing And right as I say that, now it officially explodes. But what a run by Jason Houndshell. What a finish here at Kansas Motor Speedway as our first chase driver wins here tonight at Kansas. Let's go ahead and there's Jake, brother of Jason Houndshell. First Houndshell to get a win this season. Happens here tonight at Kansas. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the final finishing results of tonight's race. So our final results of tonight's race here at Kansas Motor Speedway for the Wheat State 115. Jason Houndshell gets his first win of the season and the first win of the Juicebox Racing League here tonight at Kansas. A great run for Jason, an amazing last couple of runs there to make it past both John and Logan to earn that win tonight here at Kansas. Definitely earn that win here tonight. It's so hard to pass in the bottom, especially a couple laps into a run, even just a couple laps in a run. It's so difficult to pass. So a great run by Jason Houndshell. Logan Monteith, yet again, another second place finish here tonight. Another great run for him. He obviously is all but locked himself into the championship after a stellar season and even better chase run for that 99. John Whitendorf comes home P3 here tonight. Great run for John Whitendorf as well. A great return for the 33 car. James Goshen and that 85. How about a top 5 run for him there in 4th? Another one of those chase drivers who really needed a good run. He had himself a great run here tonight. P4 for that 85. Great run for him. Cooper Johnson, even with that damage that he had early on that last run, able to somehow, some way find his way up to P5. Nice finish for the 14 there. Cody Harrington, another one of those guys that you don't really, I believe this is his first race with us here in the Juicebox Racing League in that 66. A great finish for him. We saw him, he almost got himself up to the lead somewhere around the halfway point of this race when him and Hank Steinmiller were up towards the front. He had himself a nice run here tonight. A great recovery even after that contact that he had in the turn 4 wall. So he comes home P6. Jake Houndshell had himself another nice stellar run here tonight. He comes home P7. Bo Caro, who we saw up towards the top 5 there at points and literally hit so many things here tonight. He still came home P8, so a great run for him. Dave Carpenter in the 71, who we saw got in that big giant pileup and that last caution with Anthony Guarneri. He comes home P9. And Hank Steinmiller, he got caught on a interesting pit strategy call. Came down pit road a lot earlier than everybody else and used up his tires before everybody else. He was on much older tires than all the other drivers. He still comes home with a top 10 finish, though. Those are all the drivers who finished on the lead lap. 11th on back, though. Josh Silva, 4 laps down, comes home P11. Anthony Guarneri comes home P12, 6 laps down. Jose Medina, not sure what happened to Jose. Not sure if he had some type of issues or possible car issues or whatever would happen to him. He comes home P13, 13 laps down. James Roth, who we saw was involved in that first contact on the first lap there. He was kind of, had a lot of trouble since then. He comes home P14. Seth Harrelson, who we saw was in one of those crashes, he comes home P15. Tyler Barnett comes home P16. Eric Gordon, P17. I believe that is everybody on the list, so there is your final finishing results. Again, congratulations to Jason Houndshell. We will now show the current point standings heading into the final race of the season at Nashville Superspeedway. We'll be taking the trucks back out. It's been a while since we've seen the trucks here in the Scrambler Series, but we'll be taking them out for the finale at Nashville Superspeedway next week. A very interesting race for sure. We don't want to say that Logan has locked up the championship just yet, but I'd say he's just about locked up the championship. So we'll see how Nashville Superspeedway for the finale goes next week. Again, congratulations to the 00 of Jason Houndshell for his first win of the season and first win of the Juicebox Racing League of his first win of the Juicebox Racing League career. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to all of his teammates. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the race. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's event, and we will see you all next week for the finale of the Season 2 here in Juicebox Racing League. Congratulations again to Jason. Hope you all have a good night, and thank you again.